Hi, everyone. My name is Richard Young, the creator of this cartoon. I'm not trying to adhere to any particular political ideology, though I must admit I'm probably a little bit right of center in my thinking. With artificial intelligence providing the artistic talent, I've been able to put my thoughts and ideas into these political cartoons. And if you find this interesting, I would appreciate you subscribing to this channel, liking the video, and even sharing it with friends. If you've watched my videos before, you know I usually come here with a bone to pick, a politician to poke, a policy to question, or a side to take. But today's different. Today, I just want to talk for a few minutes about our common interests. Down at the bottom of the cartoon is a quote from Thomas Jefferson when he said, quote, "I thought it impossible that reasonable men consulting together coolly could fail by some mutual sacrifices of opinion to form a compromise which was to save the Union." Unquote. Now, Jefferson had the standing to say that because here's something we tend to forget. This country was not born from everyone agreeing. It was born from compromise. In the summer of 1787, in a sweltering room in Philadelphia, the men writing our Constitution nearly gave up. The big states and the small states could not agree on how they would be represented, and the whole thing almost fell apart before it began. What saved it was a deal, the Great Compromise, that split the difference and gave us a House based on population and a Senate where every state stands equal.
Mhm.
It passed by a single vote, one vote. Historians would tell you that without that one compromise, there would perhaps be no Constitution and no United States as we know it. The very wagon we're all riding in was built by people willing to give a little to get something far greater. And that's the picture this cartoon is holding up. The donkey and the elephant can face different directions. They can even have different instincts, values, or ideas about which way the trail should go. And that's fine, that's healthy even. But they are harnessed to the same wagon. And when they stop pulling and start kicking at each other, the wagon doesn't advance. It stalls out on the mountainside. Everybody's cargo, everybody's family, and everybody's future is stuck right there in the dirt. Now, compromise isn't always noble and it isn't always right. Some deals just shove a hard problem onto our grandchildren. Jefferson himself lived to regret a few of the bargains he made. There are things that decent people should never simply split the difference on. So I'm not telling you to surrender your convictions. Fight for them, argue hard. But there is a world of difference between an opponent and an enemy, between someone who wants a different road up the same mountain and someone you've decided is no longer even worth talking to. Somewhere in the last few years, a lot of us stopped seeing the folks across the aisle as fellow passengers and started seeing them as the thing blocking the road. The goal of this whole American project was never for all of us to think alike. It was for us to think differently, loudly, freely, stubbornly even, and still find a way to move the wagon forward together. That isn't weakness. That is the hardest, most grown up thing a free people ever has to do. Voltaire was attributed as saying, quote, "The perfect is the enemy of the good," unquote. We all want our country to be a better place, and the willingness to give a little to make progress along the path of improvement is more patriotic than an intransigent refusal to compromise. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and please subscribe, give it a like, and share it with someone you love who votes differently than you do. Until next time, keep thinking for yourself.